Hey everybody, this is Eric at Learn Design with Eric. I'm also a gamer, as you may notice from what you're seeing on screen here. And I just want to do this. It's a little bit outside of my normal wheelhouse, but I've been playing this game the last couple days with my friends and having a fun time at it. But we've been having to learn a lot of stuff that I guess I haven't poured over a lot of videos online about it, but I have poured over a few, and there's just some things that I guess the game assumes that you're going to know that you don't know, and that wasn't readily apparent for us, and so we were just dying like over and over again. So I'm just going to go through this and just kind of show you a few things, so that hopefully, if you're into these types of games, this is a tactical shooter game, meaning that it's more like a, simulation of real tactical combat than a lot of the video games out there. It's very unforgiving. If you get shot, you die. It's just like real life in that way. Unlike in a few of the games, one of the other ones we play sometimes is Ground Branch. And Ground Branch is almost like tag with guns, meaning that if your toe is sticking out of cover and your toe gets shot, you'll instantly die. Obviously, that's not very realistic. I mean, it would obviously hurt really bad, and nobody wants to get their toe shot off, but at the same side, you're not going to instantly die from a toe getting shot off. So in this game, you can be struck with small arms fire as long as it hits your core where you're wearing a Kevlar vest or grazes off your helmet. And you will definitely see red because of the pain kind of simulates from the game. But if they shoot you in the head, you're dead. That's just life. If they shoot you multiple times in the torso, you're dead too. So, or if they shoot you with an AK from close up, you're also dead. So that's the basic gist. So when you start the game, when you first load it up, I'm just going to show you a little bit about it while I've got you here. The first thing that I would recommend is going into weapons and just speccing out everything that you have with what kind of attachments you want. And there's a lot of choices here. So like on this, basically it's an AK. I've got a flashlight. As a rail item, you got flashlights and IR sights and lasers that are options. You've got red dots, Vortex, Viper, sort of, Weaver sights, different sight choices. I'm just using this red dot. And then muzzles, you've got compensators, flash suppressors, and like actual silencers or suppressors. And this particular unit does not have a pad. A pad's a thing that allows you to flash the light on or off. That's not an option on this one, and there's no foregrip option, again, because this particular unit doesn't have like a rail at the bottom. On this SCAR, for instance, you can add a foregrip. You could add a pad you can see the pad right there. Basically, as you're holding it, you can use your thumb to press to turn a light or a laser on. So in order for that to make any sense, you would then want to have some sort of a light or laser. I typically tend to run, with this particular weapon, because it's a long-range weapon, I tend to run a magnifier along with some sort of a red dot. And then on the rail, you'd want to have a flashlight or something. It's probably on the other side, which is why you can't see it. There's the IR sight there. So that is kind of the gist of weapons. So you want to go through and do this to all the weapons you have, because when you actually start the game, you only have like 20 seconds. And so you're not going to have a lot of time to like kind of figure out what kind of stuff you might want. So you'll want to do that before, and also make sure you save. You're going to have to go through the training when you first start the game. And the training is a pretty simple thing. It just takes you into a warehouse where you can kind of try all the guns out. So we'll do that really quick. And
plan the execution.
So
eliminate
here
all enemies
it
in
loads
the
me
area.
up with the 7.62 SCAR. Night vision goggle, or pineapple grenade, or flashbang, or flare. This is a under-door camera. Love that tool. Smoke grenade. So, and they'll probably be adding more. This game's been doing a lot of add-ons. They just added the FN57. They just added this silenced AK, basically. My favorite is the PP19, or they call it the Bison in this game. They've got a double-barrel shotgun option. That's also, this shotgun is a rifle, even though it looks like a pistol. It is not considered it's considered a primary, not a secondary. And then they've got the Glock, which is my favorite of the pistol options that they have here. They got a 50 caliber Desert Eagle as an option. They've got this. So then everything from here over is all what would be considered a primary. So you've got an Uzi, you've got a shotgun, got a MP5, a little other HK high rate of fire SMG. Keep in mind that everything, I'm not going to go through all this stuff, but keep in mind everything in this game is close quarters combat. So you do not need like a long range weapon with a magnifier, at least not that I've done. And we have not been playing this for very long. Another thing I wanted to show you is you always want to, before you enter a room, you always want to look down. And the reason why is because of this right here. See this right here? See that little line? If you walk across that, you're like so dead. So what you do is you crouch down. It's probably a grenade or a flashbang or something like that that will totally damage you or kill you. So in my case, I hit C, crouch down, and just kind of walk up to it. Don't get too close, it'll blow you up. And then hit, in my case, I've set it to button 4 because I have a button on my mouse that allows me to do that. So I'm going to go into a co-op match. Even though it's co-op, it is also can be played solo. So if you can invite your friends in here, you invite your friends in from your Steam account, and that's how you create your squad. You can have 5 friends in your squad, which is pretty fun. And I would highly recommend playing this as a squad. It's really not as much fun solo, although you can attempt it. So one of the things that's interesting is this terror house right here. So far, for me, has been by far the hardest map. It's extremely difficult. It's the very first one. So basically, you buy the game on Steam, you load it up, you play this first mission, you die like 20 times in a row, never get past the first mission, and finally you're just like, you know what? I'm kicking this game to the curb. You return it, and you never play it again. So don't be discouraged. Just don't even play this one. You don't have to play this one. You can play Residential House first, and I would highly recommend that. So we're going to do that. Terror House is very difficult. We have not succeeded. 14 points. Pretty bad. So let's look at this. So the rules of engagement. So far, every mission we've done, except for one, has had basically these same rules. You are a policeman, so you cannot shoot suspects without provocation. It's going to load that video. I'm not going to show it to you right now because that's something you can watch on your own time. So you can engage a suspect that has shown an act of hostility, meaning they've raised their weapon to you, they've pointed at you, or they've shot at you. So if they've fired upon you, then you can shoot them. Just like police in the real world, you cannot just ace people because you see them. So you will get major negative points if you shoot a suspect that has not fired upon you or shown an act of aggression. So obviously, if they're surrendering, you don't shoot them. If they're running away, you don't shoot them. And if it's a hostage, you don't shoot the hostage because, even though they did that in, what was that, Speed, you don't shoot the hostage. It's not a thing. And then obviously you don't shoot your friends because that's never good. You don't want to shoot your friends. One mechanic that's really nice in this game regarding your shooting your friends is that there's like a little blue logo over the top of their head. So here you're picking your entry point. So I'm going to go to the back alley because that's where we always enter. Here's the back alley. Here's the place. Pick my weapon. And notice that this is counting down. I've got 18 seconds left, so I'm going to do this quick. I always pick a pineapple grenade and a UDC. That's the underdoor camera. I really like that. And I've been using the Bison a lot because it's got 50 rounds, so basically I never have to reload for the entire mission. And I almost always run in single fire mode because I find the spray and pray not a good strategy. So here's where we're starting. We're going to run down this alley. We're going to walk up to this wall. We're going to rappel up to this landing, come over here and enter through this side room. Sometimes there's a guy in here, sometimes there's not.
In 10 seconds.
And then there's usually guys in this room, and this is usually where the guy is that we're trying to get. So you could also enter from this balcony over here and enter that way. And I've thought about doing that sometime, and maybe I will try it on my own. And since I'm the only one here, I don't need to communicate. So leaning, when you lean around a corner, it stays leaning. So it's a toggle. Now you could probably change that in the menu, but so far I have not seen anybody outside, but that does not mean that that's going to change at some point. You can shoot out some lights. Of course, keep in mind, even with a silencer, if you shoot, they're going to hear it. And then they're going to all be on alert, and that's never good. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to look under this door. So I'm hitting number 4. And then in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, you'll see like a little wedge thing. And then I'm going to hold G. It takes a second to do because you have to slide it underneath. And then if you continue holding G, you can now kind of pan around. You won't be able to look up or down. You'll just be able to look side to side. So across from me, the door is closed, which is great. That's great news. It looks like there might be a trap on that door. There could be somebody to the right, and I don't know. So I can stand here and look as long as I want. There's nobody, you know, coming. So I'm kind of, at this point, assuming that there's nobody in there. So I'm going to go ahead and enter. Tap F again. Now it opens in. And I'm going to pie this, which means basically... Oh, that door is open. That's really unfortunate. So I'm going to move in pretty quickly here because I don't want to be in that position for long. Somebody could open that door, and then I'm in a bad spot. So I'm going to wait here for a second, see if they enter. Yep, they're coming in. Or they're looking in.
Police! Hands in the air!
So now I'm alerting them that I'm here. So because I told him that police were here and he entered, then I can shoot him. And so now I'm going to move around, try to not get shot right here. And again, I've told him that the police are here. And the guy is still standing there. He has not put his hands up. So I'm closing that door so I can disable this trap. I hear somebody else out there. So I don't want to walk up on here, because if he walks in here, he's going to kill me. Okay, I don't think he's coming this second. So I'm going to try to disable this trap. And see how close I am? I don't want to get any closer than that, because it'll blow me up. Done it many, many times, unfortunately. Okay, so that is disabled now. So now I can open this door again. And so again, I'm just backing up a bit. I'm going to pie through here. If I see a guy out there, then there might be a guy across the way. I see a guy across the way. Okay, there's nobody else readily apparent for me to see. Now, across the way, the guy could open up the door and come out and destroy me. So I got to keep kind of my eyes open. And fortunately, I have a widescreen monitor. I don't see anybody else, but I'm going to keep my eyes open for just a second longer before I go across the way. Okay, that's good. It's good I waited. One of the things about this game is it's not a quick game. You're not going to go rushing through. Just like in real life, you only have one life, so you cannot go rushing around. Now, see, the thing that freaks me out right now is I have to cross this open room. There's no cover. There's no concealment. And right over there, there's an open door. So at any time, somebody could walk out and just, you know, they've got AKs. They're going to just destroy me very, very quickly. I will not survive an assault by a guy with an AK. So I'm going to wait here just a second longer. I'm not seeing anybody, so I'm going to move across. Now, unlike in real life, doors actually do provide cover. You cannot take cover behind a door in real life. A bullet will go right through it like it's nothing. But I'm going to open that door, which is going to provide me a little bit of cover from the left as I deal with what's in here. What's in here is a guy. So he's shot, so I could return fire. And now I'm going to close this door, because that'll give me a little bit of protection. Now, fortunately, I didn't check. Fortunately, there was not a trap on that door. I'm not going to open that yet. I'm going to look. That's the guy we're trying to save right there. So I do not see any enemies here. I do see a trap. See this trap right here? I'm going to go ahead and disable that trap, because I want to look under that door and make sure there's not a guy out there. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hold G. So these are the kinds of tactics that you need to employ if you want to survive in this game. So let me just show you a few other things. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of this, but I'm not going to show you the entire thing. I'm going to hold F or tap F to be able to basically secure him. I'm going to move across. I'll look in this room again. Now these guys can move around, so you do not want to just assume that there's nobody in the room because you've previously looked in it. That doesn't mean anything. In fact, I'm going to have him sit here, because I know this particular position is safe, so he's not going to get shot, and I'll come back for him once I've cleared this floor. What was that? Oh, that's his gun, right? I need to pick that up. That's another thing. You want to secure their weapons. If you secure their weapons, it gives you points. And these are things I did not know when I started playing this game. So that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this video, is so that you guys know how you can make points and do things. So when you pick up their gun, you're not picking it up like in some games to use it. You're picking it up to secure it. And securing it means, first of all, obviously if they were like playing dead, then they wouldn't be able to, you know, shoot you. But second of all, see, there's a trap on that door there, so I'm going to have to be real careful here. This is a bad spot because there's an open hallway over there. Somebody could walk in while I'm dealing with this trap. But what scares me more is this open door. And I need to check that room for that stuff, so I'm going to have to do this. Okay, so there's nothing in here. So I'm not going to do this whole place because I don't want to kind of give up everything. But I just wanted to show you some of the tactics that I employ. And hopefully it'll help you survive because, man, we were dying so often it was just silly. So oh, that's right, I got a hold G. So I have seen a guy right behind this door with a shotgun. As soon as you open the door, you're dead. It does not appear that there's a guy there this time. And so you just always want to assume that there's a guy there in case you know. And the little thing that I slid under the door does not allow me to automatically see traps. So, and it doesn't give me a super wide angle. So I'm going to still assume there's a guy here. Nope. There could be a guy here too. Not there. Okay, good. And there could be a guy behind this couch. I have seen guys underneath the friggin' bed. One thing about this game is the AI is pretty damn good. They will get the jump on you and just ace you. Trap right there. See that? Just about blew myself up. Yeah, they'll come around and they'll just get the jump on you and they'll just take you out. And so you can't assume. They'll wander around and you know, you'll think that the whole floor is cleared, and that's why it's nice to play with a friend, because you can have a friend kind of watch the entrance, and then that way nobody can get behind you. And it really helps with security. And oftentimes we'll have a guy run with a ballistic shield so that we can have somebody kind of take the heat and not... Slow and steady wins the race in this game. Oh, there's a guy there. So I'm going to shout.
Police! Get down on your knees!
I heard a guy yell from down below. There's positional audio in this game. Dang, this is terrible. I can't see a thing. I think I'm going to throw a grenade over there. So I hit 3. I know it's not the ambassador. Now, in real life, obviously, a hand grenade thrown into a room like this, I would not have been safe where I was. So they're kind of like a tool, but they're not really like a hand grenade. And also, these walls would not be protection against bullets, even 9mm in real life. But in this game, it's like every wall is a cinder block wall. Dang, I thought there was a guy right there. So there's a guy out here, but I can't see him. Okay, there's a camera right there. I'm going to shoot that. That hopefully will help me from getting seen from behind. And I do have to watch behind me, because a guy could come up the stairs and kill me from behind. It's happened many, many times. Really not liking this, because I know there's a guy out here. I just don't know where he's at. And hopefully you'll not see me get shot. I don't see any of the objectives. There's certain things, and they're in the little cutscene as you start the game. So make sure you pay attention to those cutscenes, because those are things you're going to be looking for later. So I need to secure their weapons, wherever they are. There's his weapon. Okay, so that's all clear. So now it's just time to go downstairs and clear out the bottom floor, find the 2 pieces. There's a computer, there's like a laptop that you have to scan, and then there's this little red book with a little blue strap around it. So that's basically the gist. Those are the kinds of tactics that you're going to use if you want to survive in this game. Do a mag check. 16 rounds. That's probably adequate, but you know what? There's almost always a bunch of guys down here, so I'm going to put a whole new mag in. I just saw him again.
Police! Guns down!
To give up when he sees his friend's body on the ground. He's not going to do it. The old fortune favors the bold thing does not apply here. You definitely do not want to be bold in this game. You'll die very, very quickly if you're bold. Hey, I wanted to show you one last thing. So when you're done with the mission, I didn't want to spoil the whole thing, but I have collected the other pieces, and I've taken out the rest of these guys. So there's a thing I need to pick up. Then you need to take your person or your group to some sort of a endpoint, and it'll kind of show you where to do that. Once you complete all of the objectives, one of the last objectives is to take this ambassador out of the home where he was being held hostage. And so I'm going to move him out. So as soon as he comes out, then you should see some sort of an endpoint where you have to take your guy. So he's out of the house, and I should see...
All enemies have been neutralized.
So you're looking for this little green thing. You'll see it kind of on your map. If you're a ways away, you'll be able to kind of see it. So then here is the scoring. So I didn't trigger any traps. And if you had triggered traps, I think it's like 3 negative points per trap you trigger. And if you shoot somebody without them first shooting at you, raising their gun at you, or otherwise you alerting them that you're police and that you're here to stop them from killing anything, I think it's like 5 negative points per guy, or even 10. It's a lot. It's a huge negative point thing. Apparently, I failed to secure 1 weapon somewhere in the house, and so I got 8 out of the 9 there, so I got 9 points for that. and I didn't die, so you get 10 points for that. And I neutralized all of the suspects. There were 9 bad guys in there, so I got 20 points for that. I didn't arrest any because none of them gave up. If you had arrested them, I believe you get maybe 2 or 3 points for each arrested guy, so you get a lot of positive points when you do the right things. And then you get points for finishing the mission. And so that's how you get points and how you get a score in the game. And that's how you, inevitably, essentially win. So the objectives are basically set up so that you do the right things, and they severely penalize you if you do the wrong things. So that's the basic gist. Thanks for watching, guys, and sorry for the totally off-topic normal stuff, but it's just something I've been interested in lately, and I have been looking around and not seeing videos to show me some of the little tidbits that I showed you during the course of this video. And hopefully it was helpful for you and you had a fun time. And if you did enjoy the video, then please give me a like. And if you're interested in graphic design training, or if you're interested in personal transportation or anything like that, like my other videos on the channel, then subscribe. If you're interested in doing any, if you're interested in RVs or travel, then our other channel, Fishtales, Eric and Christie's Fishtales, you can find it, the link in my description that shows that video. If you're interested in that kind of thing, then check out that other channel. Thanks very much, and have a wonderful day.